Today I'm going to talk about 5 proven strategies to build lasting relationships in your network marketing business. Hey there everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Scott. Today we're going to dive into something that makes or breaks your network marketing, and that is actually building authentic, lasting relationships. So whether you're just starting out or you've been in this industry for years, you've probably heard the saying that network marketing is a relationship business, right? But what exactly does that really mean in practice? And more importantly, how can you build relationships that drive sustainable growth without feeling sleazy or pushy, okay? Now, over the next few minutes, I'm going to share 5 proven relationship building strategies that have helped me generate consistent income and also build teams that thrive even during challenging times. By the end of this video, you're going to have a clear roadmap to be able to connect authentically with prospects, with team members, with leads, and the like, okay? So let's go ahead and let's get started. Strategy number 1 is always value first mindset. The first strategy is what I call, once again, value first. Now, you've probably heard this before, and many people approach network marketing with the question, what can I get from this person? Instead, very successful network marketers always ask, how can I provide value to this person regardless of whether they join my business? Complete difference, servant's attitude. Here's how to implement this, okay? So before reaching out to anyone, ask yourself, what specific value can I offer this person? You want to share relevant content, share relevant information or connections without any immediate expectation, okay? Solve problems for people before mentioning your opportunity. Consistently show up as a resource in your niche. Let me share just a quick example, okay? So last year I connected with someone on Facebook. Instead of immediately pitching my products, I noticed from her comments that one of the things that she was struggling with was time management while building her side hustle. And it's a common issue, right? So what I did is I sent her a free productivity planner that I'd created and recommended a couple of podcasts that had helped me. So it was 2 months before we ever even discussed my business opportunity. But because I'd established myself as someone who genuinely wanted to help her, she was open to the conversation when it eventually happened. It wasn't forced, it was natural, and it makes it so much easier and better, right? Always remember, people join people, not companies. So when you become known as someone who consistently delivers value, prospects are going to naturally become curious about what you're offering. All right? Now, let's move on to strategy number 2. The second strategy is actually mastering curiosity-driven conversations. One of the biggest mistakes I see in network marketing, and this is something that I struggled with early on too, is just plain old talking too much about your products or your opportunity or your compensation plan before understanding what the other person really needs or wants, okay? Here's my framework for curiosity-driven conversations. First, you want to ask thoughtful questions that reveal goals, challenges, motivations for the other person. Practice active listening. More on this in a moment, okay? Validate their experience and perspectives. Let them know that they're not the only ones that have experienced this. Connect their needs to potential solutions that may or may not be your business, okay? Let me give you a practical example of questions that work. Hey, Joe, what are you working on currently that excites you? Or second question, what's the biggest challenge you're facing in your career or your health or your finances? Third question, if you could change one thing about your current situation, what would it be? Another particular question I like is, what does success look like for you in the next 1 to 3 years? Notice how none of these questions are leading, none of them are manipulative. They genuinely help you understand the person better, and their answers to these questions will lead how the conversation goes. I found that when I spend 80% of initial conversations listening and 20% talking, the conversion rate dramatically improves, because then I can position my opportunity as a solution to an existing problem rather than just a random business pitch. Now, You want to have an authentic follow-up system. This is strategy number 3. The fortune in any sales endeavor is always in the follow-up. But most network marketers, they either follow up too aggressively or they drop the ball entirely. Here's how to create a system that feels good for both you and your prospects, okay? First, create a simple tracking system, and I have some examples of that. This could be as basic as a spreadsheet or as sophisticated as a CRM program, but you need somewhere to record conversations, interests, and follow-up dates. Second is you want to personalize each touch point. Reference previous conversations. Add something of value with each interaction. Third, you want to vary your communication channels, okay? Mix it up with text messages, voice notes, emails, DMs, social media interactions, and maintain that presence without being annoying on any single one platform, okay? A lot of people overstep this. Fourth is respect timing and readiness. Not everyone is ready right away, and that's okay. I've had people join my business, a year after our initial conversation because I maintained a genuine connection without any pressure. It's not about pressuring, okay? So, concrete example of a follow-up sequence, and this is one that you could use, you don't have to use. Day 1 is initial conversation. Day 3 is just share a relevant resource based on their interests that you know from that conversation. After a week, check in with a specific, thoughtful question. After a couple weeks, share a success story that relates to their situation, okay? At the end of the first month, reconnect about their goals and their progress, find out where they are. And then every month thereafter, just maintain that connection with value-driven touch points. Remember, authentic follow-up, it's all about maintaining relationships. It doesn't have anything to do with making sales. If you don't focus on making the sales, ironically, the sales will come. Now, strategy number 4 is something I believe highly in, and that is community building, okay? Network marketing, at its very best, is about creating communities where people feel supported, motivated, and educated. So this goes way beyond just your team. It includes prospects, customers, even other entrepreneurs, okay? So I have an exact way to help you to build your own community, but what you want to do is you want to create spaces for genuine connection. Could be Facebook groups, GHL groups, school groups. There are a lot of different opportunities. You want to facilitate peer-to-peer support and celebration of wins, right? You want to show diverse success stories and journeys. You want to maintain positive, solution-focused culture. In my business, particularly, I'm building a solid group that provides a lot of value to network marketers. We talk about personal growth, development. I share different templates and things, but it's a very popular way to not only build your own authority in the business, but also continually have that funnel of lead flow coming to you. The key insight is that people stay in network marketing businesses primarily because of relationships and the communities that they build, not just the income. When you create a strong community, you highly, highly reduce the attrition and you increase referrals. Now, let's move on to the 5th strategy. This is the final one, and that is embracing vulnerability and just plain old being you, being authentic. We live in a world of carefully curated social media feeds, and authentic vulnerability actually stands out and creates deeper connections. This doesn't mean oversharing, doesn't mean being unprofessional, but you want to show up as you. Show the person you are behind the business. There are several ways to incorporate authenticity. You want to share both your successes and your challenges in your journey, okay? You always want to admit when you don't know something. You want to show your learning process, not just your expertise. And you want to connect your business to your genuine why and your values. When I first started, I felt pressure to appear perfect and ultra successful, but the advice that I got is always start imperfectly. Business transformation happened when people start sharing their real stories. People connect with real stories, including failures, doubts, times you wanted to quit, okay? That content many times will actually perform better than the perfect content. The most powerful phrase in your relationship building toolkit might be, I don't have it all figured out, but here's what I'm learning. It's a constant progression of learning, understanding, and growing. So there you have it. 5 proven strategies to help build lasting relationships in network marketing. You want to adopt a value-first mindset, master curiosity-driven conversations, create authentic follow-up systems, build community beyond your team, and 5 is embrace vulnerability and authenticity. So remember, network marketing is not just about transactions. It's not a transactional business. It's about transformations, and that will always happen through relationships. I hope you found this valuable and got a lot of value out of this. If so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for more network marketing strategies. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway or your biggest question. And if you're ready to go a little bit deeper, I've actually created a free relationship building guide with scripts, templates, worksheets that you can implement. So just comment below or click in the link and that will take you to it right now. I'll see you in the next video.